Tony, you get a little bit of time off before your next game. Given how short your roster is right now, does the break come at a good time?
We'll see. I mean, yeah, for sure. We right now, like I said, Braxton had surgery on his wrist. I'll get that out there, and his timetable is when he's coming back. We're not sure, so that's where that is. And obviously that's a tough blow because he brings some heart and effort on the glass and energy defensively and just his experience. But we'll use the time. We'll go into a very physical, aggressive place. I've coached at Purdue, and obviously we'll have to improve and be ready. So hopefully Cody will get healthier. He seems to be moving in the right direction. And yep, today obviously we were shorthanded, but there were some opportunities out there for guys, and I like the effort of Chase and Jaden, our walk-ons. They came in and they fought, and even if the little bit Poppy was in there, he fought. Can't say that about everybody, but there was, we just got to keep finding some more ways to challenge ourselves with effort, continue to, work on our shooting. I know that's obviously a big eyesore, and guys are hesitant at times and uncertain, but hopefully as we get healthier, we'll be better. But the competition certainly will step up, and that will reveal even more.
Yeah, at what point did Braxton get hurt, for those of us who watched the Arizona State game?
The very end of the game, when he went in, I think it was maybe a minute or two, maybe a minute, I think. He went in for a drive. It was late, and just landed on his hand, wrist.
Tony, was a surgery, did he break it?
I think I'm just supposed to say he had the surgery and he'll be back, and I think the surgery was a success, and there's just no timetable. That's what I was instructed to say. So.
Good job following instructions.
Uh-huh.
When you guys only score 46 points and have so much trouble scoring, how much of a blessing is it to be able to play defense? They made 8 field goals.
Yeah, I mean, Maine struggled too. Obviously, it was that, but you have to do that. I mean, you have to figure out, okay, if ever there's a team that has to be, hungry to defend, no matter how hard it is, and that's where the heart and the effort comes in, hungry to rebound and be kind of hard rock when you're in a stance and beat screens. It's us. We have to. That's right now what is our chance, and it's it's going to be important. And then you keep working and finding different things. And Maine, they just got more and more. They sunk it in and they jammed, and that's a tough feeling. It's almost like sitting in a zone and they're like daring you to shoot, and there wasn't a whole lot of room out there. But absolutely, you just keep working defensively and making it hard so you can stay in the games.
Coach, you mentioned hesitancy among the guys. It seems to be like a lot of dudes doing a lot of thinking. What's your message been to them, and how do you crack that for young kids when they're trying to just get settled?
Some of it's experience. Casey obviously had a real nice game against Arizona State, and he was, it was, you just sometimes when you just move it. Sometimes take the rhythm shot, and I think you just keep playing and keep showing them stuff on tape, and this game was a little more challenging in that regard because of how they were playing us, but other teams perhaps may do that, and you have to be willing to step up and take some shots and balance throwing it inside. And so, it's you give them confidence, but you also have to – you've got to be real too. You can't say, oh, hey, no problem, just keep shooting all the time. No, you got to have a balance, and you got to look at it. And these guys, we have such good young men, they'll look, and we'll keep trying to figure out ways to get better. But it's a huge opportunity for a lot of these guys. So that's what you want when you come in, and we're getting it, and we're going to go into some big-time settings where, you'll learn through success, you'll learn through failure, and you just keep going.
Coach, looking at a rhythm, three-point shooting, especially from Casey, looking back to the Arizona State game where he had that big one, he was ready in rhythm down low. Mm-hmm. Is that something that's just going to take time for him to get adjusted to?
Yeah, I mean, the shots for the most part were pretty open today. I mean, I don't think there were too many forced shots that you shouldn't have taken. So it's, you try to find your rhythm. Shooting's a funny thing. We're having some misses that, I guess a miss is a miss, but we're not even close on some of those shots. So I think in practice he's been making more, and other guys have. So, of course, trying to find your rhythm, being as ready as you can, and then not having a divided mind when you shoot. I think that's all part of it, and continuing to put in the time and the shots and all that stuff.
Two things, Tony. One, can an arena get in your head? Can Casey just be struggling because it's here and, you know?
I hope not. I mean, I don't think so. It's a beautiful arena. We love it here. So we're going to be here a while. So no. I think it's, we're not shooting well, obviously, as a team. So, that stuff, you look at it for what it is, and then just try to not let your shooting, if you're struggling, affect the rest of your game with your decision making and obviously your defense. So, again, that's all part of it.
And you played a lot of guys a lot earlier today than normal, but you only got 2 points out of your bench. Is that a concern?
Of course, yeah, but we had to. I felt like, our rotation, especially in the perimeter, Braxton allowed us the luxury to play him as a forward and then also play him as a big guard. So we lost that, so I went with Jaden right away. We just felt like they were pretty big, they're guards, and so Jaden and Chase, our two walk-ons, were there. Hopefully Cody gets back soon, and Braxton heals up. But it was good to get Justin some minutes, and even Poppy Francisco in there. And there'll be games, I think, that'll be required, the physicality of what he brings. So, of course, we want scoring really from the bench or the starters. We'll take it either way, but there wasn't a lot, and we'll just watch the film and grow from it.
What did the games in Connecticut, particularly the second one against Arizona State, kind of tell you about your team?
Yeah, I thought they. I mentioned, it was tough to have a 19-0 run against us. Those were some mistakes we made that cost us in it, but it said a lot for them to respond and overcome that 19-0 deficit. Guys made some big plays. Casey made some nice drives, hit the big three. We got stops. Different guys made different plays. And so, in that setting, being in tight games, the Vermont game here, we had to play in that situation. So my hope is when it's needed, it'll be more efficient. But that was good to play against, two teams with some good athleticism, and certain guys I thought had some nice outings. I was, looking to see how Casey would respond. And again, he played hard today. It was just, like I said, that he didn't shoot it as well, and you could tell, being a younger player, that was messing with him a bit.
Okay, we'll take one more. Can you comment on Kihei's stat line?
Can you give me your glasses? Kihei, 3 of 7, 3 of 4 from 3. I like that. There we go. Kihei, he was solid. He's obviously our leader, and yeah, he's been playing. I got on him after the Arizona State at the end of the half. He had a bad turnover, and because I think he's our heart and soul. I mean, we're gonna have to. I kind of used him as the example. We're going to have to play as hard as he plays on every possession, everyone. That's the call for us to be successful, and he brings it, both ends, and has that warrior-like mentality. And, yeah, he was very efficient, and we needed that.